Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful Ponytown community subreddit video. Today we are going to be taking a look at your builds here on the subreddit over the past month. So of course every month or so I love to come here on the unofficial subreddit for Ponytown and take a look at your builds, such as this lovely one here by Catty, and of course rate them sort of and kind of talk about them, give my thoughts and opinions on said builds and stuff like that. So of course I filter by flare, filter by build, and then go through the last month's worth of the builds. So last month I actually asked you guys to build me some two-story houses or two-story structures and things like that in Ponytown. We will see those in a moment, but for now, this next prompt I want to see you guys start working on is something with trees. I want to see some very interesting builds with some trees. Make some custom trees if you want to. Make some tree houses maybe. Do anything creative that you can come up with trees. I want to see some tree related builds. I think it would be kind of nice. Anyway, so starting off, we have this one here at the top by Catty 889. It's a white tiger. I think this is a very beautiful thing. I think this looks really cute and adorable, and just it's very well done in my opinion. Now they also made this other one. This one right here, another fluffy cat. I think this one is honestly probably even better. I love this so much. It just looks like a cat. It's so adorable. It's very well done. I always love to see pixel art in these Ponytown builds and stuff like that because it's just an amazing achievement. So well done there. I had the build challenge. This person right here, Z Now Flake Child, made some builds here. As you can see, they have some builds here and they're two-story. So let's take a look at this one here. It's inside a house. It's very nice. It's an interior, and they have some stairs leading up into a second story, which has a few beds in there. So that's pretty nice. I love this. I think there's just a lot of details here. I really love the use of the walls. This is a good use of the walls, having them be striped like this, different colors, to sort of match the theme of the room, or like match the theme of like the beds and stuff like that. I think that's done really well. I love the tiled wood floor here. Very well done. Of course, the staircase is done pretty good as well. Obviously, staircases are hard to do, and that was part of why I wanted to see people do this, is because I wanted to see how people would go about doing the stairs and ladders or whatever they ended up doing for a second story. This is a good way to do it, I suppose. Maybe not the best, but honestly, it's just so hard to do stairs in the game, so I think it's done pretty well. Not a super great use of the tree branches over here on the windows, in my opinion, but again, just my opinion there. I love this little room over here that's like, it's like a living room or something. I'm just gonna assume and just pretend in my head that this painting is meant to be a TV or something like that, because that's just a perfect spot for a TV. I mean, you got the couch right here, you got a couple of armchairs here, boom, TV right there, plus the fireplace. Beautiful, amazing. Of course, their OC looks pretty darn cool as well, but we're not here for that. I love the way they use the white kind of striped walls over here for the kitchen. Excellent use for that. I'm not a huge fan of the lanterns that they have scattered about, but hey, you know, you gotta have lighting somehow, and you know, may as well do it like that. Again, not a huge fan of how they use the crystal branches in these other two places either, but here is a second one that they did. This one doesn't seem to match it as good as like the other thing did, because like it has like a two-story thing, kind of like it goes up a little bit and then you get into the house. So it's kind of elevated a little bit, I guess. So technically they did it. But overall, just this island right here by itself looks pretty good in my opinion. Again, the tree branches here, I guess I just don't like the tree branches that much. Usually, when it's done like this, as you can see down here in this bottom area, these tree branches, like the tree branch is entirely hidden except the crystals, and I like that better than the branches coming off of the tree, because the tree branch doesn't match the color of the trees that we have in the game, and that bothers the absolute shit out of me. It needs an update. We need to fix those at some point or something, but it's very annoying. So I love what they did up here in this top right corner. It's kind of like a mine area a little bit. I think it's kind of nice. It's got like fall stuff over there, and then everything else is normal. I kind of like that too. I don't know why, but for some reason it just works here. Normally you would expect to see that sort of fall vibe, those fall trees over the whole island, but having it just in this one corner actually kind of works for once. So that's kind of nice. Of course, their dock is pretty nice over here as well. This little, I guess, farm right here is pretty nice as well. I love to see it. And yeah, just overall, they have a handful of like really good stuff here. And again, we need some kind of update on the branches because they just don't work with the trees we currently have in the game. So either give us new trees that they work good with, or just like rework that tree branch or something and help us make better builds with it. But yeah, let's move on to some more builds because we have more, not just from people that did my challenge, but from people such as this right here, Radiant Meal, who made this hospital. I actually love this hospital here. I think it's done pretty well. I love to see like the IVs here and stuff like that. I think that's done really well. I like how they made the whole floor ice to kind of give it that sort of marble or like tile feel all the way through. Not a huge fan of like the green outside. May as well have just done that as grass, but I think the reason why they did that is because they wanted to make it a winter island, but they can have the green grass and still have everything else be winter because you can still have ice and the green grass stuff. So I'm not really sure why they did this green carpet for the outside. I guess maybe that just looks more like grass to them. I don't know, but whatever. I digress. I love how they did the walls. Again, white walls for a hospital or a lab or something makes perfect sense. So if you're making lab role plays or hospitals or something like that, we have colored walls now. So start using some white walls. I love how they did like this right here in the background, like these. Well, actually, is that snow? That may be snow grass right there. I'm not actually sure what that is, but maybe that's why they had to make it winter. I don't know. But I think that looks really good because it's like a wall within a wall kind of situation, and it makes it look like there's a wall there, even though it's the floor. So that's done pretty well. I like it. There's some clipping and weird things here. I'm not sure what these red carpets are even meant to be honest with you, but they seem to be just kind of there for some reason, so that could probably use a little bit of work. But overall, done pretty well. I like it. I love to see it. Just like I love to see this right here by Where Are You Samantha 13. They made a Basil Amori inspired house, but now with green walls. Ooh, that's right, we have green walls now. So that's pretty nice to see. This one, it kind of relates to the challenge, but not really, because it does seem to have a second story here. So maybe they did that on purpose, or maybe they didn't. I don't know, but I like it. This is done really well. I love the storage room back here that they have. This like bathtub or hot spring or whatever is done really well. It's done a classic way. It's done a classic way. I'm not gonna say it's done super well, but it's done a classic way. The cookie branches, again, branches they just look weird to me. I don't know. They don't seem to ever match. They always seem out of place. Maybe I just hate the sprite so much that it just never looks good to me. I don't know, but I hate them. I don't like them. The crystal branch, it kind of works there because it's like connecting between the two walls. But again, it doesn't look that great. And they have some that are just straight up behind cabinets and stuff, which makes it look super weird. So some of them just straight up aren't placed right, and some of them just don't look good because I personally don't like the tree branches. But yes, green walls, very nice. I love to see this, this use of the green walls and everything like that. A very nice kitchen here. I love how they did these like flowers and stuff right here, where they just put a bunch of flowers in one of those little picket fence box things. Very nice. Absolutely amazing and adorable. Let's move on to this one right here by CA1IKO. They made Tomb Tree something build. I don't know is what they called it. I think it looks pretty cool. It looks amazing. I love, see, like I saw this for the first time and I wasn't quite sure what like these things right here were. But then, you know, I went to it again. I saw it a second time and I realized that those were sparklers, unlit sparklers. And that's a very, very nice way to use the little sparklers and everything like that. I love the way that they use these flowers. Usually the flowers that are like laying on their side usually are placed kind of meh, or they just look weird in the places that they are placed. But here it looks really well because they made it part of the tree and stuff like that. I think it looks really good. I'm not sure if they're meant to be like an organ or like different organs, or if they are meant to be flowers or what that's meant to be. To me, I only see like flowers, but I also kind of see something else at the same time. It's weird because the sparklers are kind of giving you some kind of illusion. I don't know how to feel about it, but overall, very well done. I love the tombstone there with the candles around it, and then of course the tree itself with the skulls hanging from it and stuff like that. Very well done and very fitting for October. So I absolutely love this. Well done there. And finally, we have this last one here by Radiant Mill, who made a modern-ish mansion build. Here is their mansion. As you can see, it has a lot of features and stuff on there. We have some statues outside with some lily pad type things out there. Definitely could have been done a little bit better in my opinion, but I think they're done all right. We have a pool over here with a diving board. The walls themselves are used in a way that makes it look like, you know, a structure, and I love that. I love when people use stuff like that in just a unique and interesting way and stuff like that. I think that's just done really well. The way they combine the walls to make it look like that's the outside, that's the roof or something like that. I think that's done really well. Then of course they have these, which are, I guess, are meant to be stairs, but of course they're not going to work properly in game. So if I was there in game, I would say this is awful, this is terrible. But in the context of this as an image, I think it looks good. It's not centered. These tiles are not centered, and that bothers me a little bit. And of course, the lanterns there are also just, I don't know, they seem to be missing something. I love the idea of these banners being used as curtains. I definitely need to start using that in my own builds, and I think you guys should too, because that is done really well. It makes it look legit like curtains. They're combining some windows here. I'm not sure why they're doing that, because right here it doesn't look good, because it's like white and brown, and we don't have brown versions of those round ones, so it's probably never gonna look good. They used a is that a bag of mulch, a bag of dirt just sitting on their bed? I think that is indeed what that is. That's a little bit weird. But I love this right here, for example, like this section right here with all these windows like on there. I don't know what it is about it. It kind of gives me the sliding door vibes or something like that. It's a little off-center, but I think it looks pretty nice. They have like a greenhouse here, which is pretty nice. A lovely little date spot over here. Ooh, oh my gosh, scandalous. A door for the front entrance. All kinds of cool things here. Now, the thing about this build here is a lot of it gets broken if you actually play on this map and start walking around. There's so much that starts breaking. For one, these stairs are not going to work, so you're going to immediately break that. The door, you're going to walk straight through it, so it's going to break that. So stuff like that. And then the windows are probably like off the wall a little bit or something probably, so that's probably going to look a little bit weird too, like especially with the curtains. But as it is, as an image, as a still image, it looks so good. The illusion is so perfect, but then when you play the game, it's so easy to break illusions, and I hate that, but I'm okay with it, I guess. So yeah, this is an excellent build. I absolutely love it. Good job there, Radiant Meal. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this month's special build highlights thing, whatever you want to call it. I hope you guys enjoyed. And again, one more time, if you guys want to, of course, build the tree thing, just post it here, and I'll see it next month. When I make the next video for builder highlights and everything like that. So do something with trees, and I'll get to it, and I'll see it, and I'll think it'll look pretty cool, probably. I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all those wonderful things like that. Because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful for yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.